You're a bowl of Greek salad. You're very, very yummy. I've got a great episode here for you, friends. Let's start off with Crypto Cobie. He is a crypto billionaire. Just to remind you, I've told you the story a few times, right? Started off with a couple of £100 in like 2012, and now he's worth a couple of billion from crypto. So insane returns. I wonder if we ever tell the full story about like how he traded his way into cryptocurrency. So he started with just £300-400, 2011, 2012. And then he hit it big. Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, he was out there. Yeah, so he doesn't get things right a lot. It doesn't go out of his way to make predictions, but when he does speak, because he's got a lot of people following every word, he doesn't talk often, almost like Richard Hart. Crypto Cobie, I am hopeful for the summertime. I am glad that I am alive. So that's Cobie's prophetic way of saying crypto is going to go up from here. And he is following the news of, you know, David Nutsacks and Donald Pump, and, you know, the crypto summit and everything that's been going on from here. Now, meanwhile, friends, in cryptocurrency land, let's play some Pumpy G music. Let's play it. So right now in Las Vegas, we have the PLS 369 PulseChain tour. So I'll just show you some screenshots of there here. So you have Randy here, you have Access, you have Mr. Crispy Man, which is Hexfire, as you know. So you can go through it, friends. You have some of the screenshots here just to show you like the conference is just one representation of the community, and it's very, very strong, man. Like you just like on one hand, Kraken, gotta call you crackheads. You list Dave Portsoy's JPEG vaporware trash, and then you have a vibrant community of 250,000 people. 250,000 people survived minus 99%. Gate kept everywhere. We don't even have proper bridges anywhere. Still surviving, still thriving. We're doing more volume than Cordanzo on-chain volume. All right, you know the logo. And then they said, oh, sorry, we can't list it. Sorry, it's not going to tell you why. Shame on them. Well, I'll tell you something, okay? Other exchanges will not make the same mistake as Kraken. All right, Binance, Coinbase, one of them, they're going to have to list it. Like, you're telling me you're all stupid and you're all corrupt exchanges? Operation Choke Point 3.0. So it's actually a very good point. Richard Hart made a tweet. We should let these exchanges know, like, you know, you've been crying to the US government about Operation Choke Point 2.0 and 1.0. And now you're doing Operation Choke Point 3.0 on us. How do you think we feel? It's exactly how you felt. We'll see how that all plays out, right? So this is a conference going out here. It's actually beautiful to see, friends, that the community is still thriving. Does that look like a dead community, by the way? Literally having conferences. We have multiple per year. We have the Hex one, PulseChain one online, Matty Allen's. This is the tour in Las Vegas. Man, this is wild. I can't believe the price is this cheap. We're looking at these. We have all these things, but we need Ethereum to go up. Ethereum's got to play ball. 2,100. That's a racist Ethereum price. In other news as well, friends. So Uncle Petey Schiff, he's actually said, I've decided to create my own strategic Bitcoin reserve, just like the US government. I'm developing a budget-neutral strategy for acquiring my Bitcoin at no incremental cost. Phase 1 of my strategy is inviting contributions to my reserve, and he lists his address. And then even down, they said, hey, can you make a Solana one? So he actually lists his address. Now, Laura Shin from Unchained Podcast, she made some words like this is he's like such a hypocrite. She's like disgusted by him. And I'm here just to tell you, like, even though he's laughing, Uncle Peter Schiff, I know you're having a laugh, but it just, what hypocrisy? Like, it's been 12 years, bro. You've been saying, you have been saying crypto has no use case. Now you are making joke posts using it. You're generating a wallet and you're inviting money to be raised. So you're just admitting, hey, you know, this is the thing, right? If someone can use your platform as a joke, it's not far off from being used for serious cases. And what I mean by that, well, he's using it as a joke to raise funds. Okay, people can raise funds for a serious matter too. It doesn't matter. It's a use case, you know? So many years ago, man, he's just been saying it's a joke the whole time, and now he's actually using it. Did you just get hacked? No, I thought the post was funny, but it makes an excellent point. He's like, oh, I'll just make a point. Like, bro, you're Uncle Petey, you're using the chain. You're using crypto. You're doing something that you said was impossible many, many years ago. Like for it to actually have utility. The irony, huh? Shout out to PulseChain John. I love you, Johnny. This is interesting. So people have shown his, this is his address that is posted. 60 cents, $10, $10, $34. Oh, man. So he's receiving funds, connecting to people out there. Oh, man, that's crazy. Shout out to Aaron. What a loser. Pete is pivoting hard. I love his, but screw him. That's awesome. Marga on Porsche. What a maroon. That's awesome, man. You don't understand sarcasm. Hopefully by watching this video, we do get it, dude. Like, we're now using it as a joke. It's like, doesn't matter. You're using it. That's why it's not funny because, like, dude, you're the funny one. What do you mean? Like, you don't get the irony. We've been laughing at you. Now you're actually coming and use the chain. Like, he's like, ha ha ha. I've one-upped you. No, you've one-upped yourself. This makes absolutely no sense. It's like, let's say you're USA. Let's say the USA, and there's a little Middle Eastern country, and then your media has been calling them violent, terror heist, nuclear weapon threatening criminals. And then your army launches a nuke there. And then it's like your media goes, see, we told you they're criminals. Look at the nuke that happened. You see what I mean? It's like, you did this. What are you talking about? Oh, man, I wonder how it's all going to play out. Huh? We've got to get him to capitulate. Some interesting moves have been happening lately as well, friends. Remember, I've made some coverage on this. So Richard Hart made this twist, right? Made it Bitcoin, and he goes Bitcoin to Hex, Ethereum to PulseChain, Uniswap to PulseX. Driven to greatness, what's next? He also made this post, right? Exchanges Operation Choke Point 3.0 after being Operation Choke Point 2.0 themselves, and the hypocrisy. So people are wondering, like, what's Richard Hart's next move? A lot of people, I know the answer. Everyone says, bro, can you just pump the price? Can you stream and pump the price? I know that's what everyone's saying. That's 99% of people's responses, what everyone's thoughts are. But it's just interesting as well to think about the next move. There's, a few things, right? Privacy or stable coins or wallet or a centralized exchange. Some people think he's going to build an exchange, but I don't think you grasp. You need a lot of things, man. You need banking licenses, KYC, market maker meetings. You know what I mean? You got to have an office. You got to come in, get market maker deals, a lot of signatures and sign. Infrastructure workers have got to handle everything. There's a lot of things. You got to support the exchange. You need an operation pretty much. I'm wondering, yeah, but you never know as well. It could surprise everyone. But also, like exchanges, man, you need a lot of money. You got to overpower the first mover advantage of Kraken and Binance and Gemini. And by the way, they're all threatened by DEXs. You've already got a decentralized exchange. So what do you think is going to do? Obviously I don't know at all, but hopefully it's something to do with the privacy that gives crypto PulseChain an edge, the privacy transactions or swaps or whatever it is. Maybe something to do with the stable coins and PDI. We'll see. Now, friends, I found this funny, and I'm hoping it's a bottom signal, but look at this. David Sachs agreed it might be fair to sell Ethereum to buy more Bitcoin with the reserve.
So maybe the decision with Ethereum is, hey, this thing's waning. We just put it into Bitcoin because we know that's the more solid one. Yeah, that's what I'm reading into it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's largely fair. I mean, look, I think that the stockpile should be subject to good portfolio management, right?
Excellent.
Unfortunately, we have a Secretary of the Treasury who is an extremely successful former hedge fund manager. So he's going to figure out the best way to manage these assets, and we give him the flexibility to do portfolio management.
So there you go. I'm wondering because, like, remember the tune of the conversation was like, oh, Ethereum's trash. Let's sell that into Bitcoin. Like, come on, bro. Like, oh man, how are you an investor, man? How are you? Are you just getting secret deals, bro? You're looking at this chart and you're like, yeah, now's a good time to get out. Let's get out and do that. But that's what makes us great, friends. That's what's going to make us overperform in the future. But we just have to go through this pain. Also, David Nutsacks here. He reiterated that the reason why XRP, Cardano, and Sol were chosen. See, a lot of people put out these false rumors that they're getting insider deals. There's money involved. It's all rubbish. He just said they're the biggest market caps. He just clarified, dude, they were just the biggest market caps. We just went on the list and we did that. But also people like, oh, biggest market caps. Why didn't you list BNB? Why? It's because it's got Chinese affiliation. Maybe. So we'll see how that goes up too. So this also funny thing came out, friends. So the FIFA, I thought this was a joke. It's real. The FIFA CEO, okay, I'm gonna play through this video. This is what he says. He goes, FIFA is very interested in developing a FIFA coin. here in America to conquer the 5 billion soccer fans worldwide. Donald Trump replies, that coin may be worth more than FIFA in the end. It could be quite a coin, actually. What the fuck is going on, bro? You gotta listen to this.
And so FIFA is very, very interested under my presidency to develop a FIFA coin to do it.
So yeah, that's what he's saying it in the background. No, it's very muffled, but that's actually exactly what he said, friends.
America, and we'll conquer the world of soccer with the FIFA coin. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That coin, that coin may be worth more than FIFA in the end. It could be quite a coin, actually. Huh?
Quite a coin. I don't think he knows what he's doing. And I don't blame him. We don't even know what we're doing. Oh, man, that's gold. What the hell have we done? We got the president in. He's going to shill our bags. Quite the coin. I was just thinking as well, if everybody supplies a coin, who's going to buy them? If everyone's in the business of supplying shitcoins, but that's the Bitcoin maxi argument. They said, dude, when do you have a world where everybody just sells their own dog shit? They all trend to zero. You just dilute everyone based off network effects. If everyone's just making a coin. So look, that's what happens. We're putting everything on chain, on board people. That's what it is as well. They're trying to get their customers in. You know, come and buy the coin. You know, so I'm wondering if we get something like that. Also, people in the comment sections, man, it's so funny. Everyone was looking up the market cap. How much FIFA's worth? FIFA's worth about 5.5 billion. And everyone's like, oh, cool, future 5 billion market cap meme coin coming up. It's kind of funny how everyone just looks at it. Isn't it cool? That's what we do. We look at how much is the company worth? Okay, that's what the meme coin market cap is. It's got no profit revenue. It doesn't matter. It's amazing how we look at it. Also, friends, I got to show you. This is hilarious. So Kanye West, he made this post. Kanye West and Joe Rogan interview, countdown to life. Look at Joe Rogan. I love the look of it. The natural and simple look of the studio is very future. And look, that's what the idea would be. And yes, I'm happy to know the tweets make you uncomfortable. They are working, as you said. I'm off the reservation, aka off the plantation. So Kanye replies, and then this is just gold. You got to get on Twitter, friends. That's why I'm here giving you the highest value content. Look what happens next. Joe Rogan. Hey Kanye, I don't know. I don't know who you're talking to, but that's not me. Oh man, hey, wouldn't it be funny if it's just like some little Mossad or Israeli agent just doing that? Oh, just screw with it. That'd be the funniest outcome. It's just the Jews. Oh man, that is just this. You can't write this into a comedy show. No one would believe you. No one would believe you, man. This is. Oh man. Think about it. This isn't top secret stuff. So the top secret stuff, friends, my cheekbones are going to fry from laughing so much. Now, with the laughing comes a bit of, a bit of twists and turns in our journal story. So, do you know who Karl Wolfe is, friends? Karl Wolfe, rest in peace, brother. Karl Wolfe. So, he was one of the OG leakers. He worked in the US government. He saw the back room where NASA were photoshopping images from the moon. And they were removing the structures. Yeah. Now, I got a family friend. He told me about alien structures on the moon. I'm not joking, friends, like 20 years ago, like a long time ago. I was a young kid. And when I heard it, I didn't know what to say. I thought, no way. Never heard of it. No way. This is a long, long time ago. So there's alien structures on the moon. Now, I just thought, nah, because it's pre-YouTube, pre-Joe Rogan, pre all of these, friends. There's nothing out here. It's literally one person's story. He told me this. I just thought, nah, it's just family events, you know what I mean? And then, there's a gap 10 years later. And then I'm just finding stuff and I'm remembering, oh my God. Charlie was right. I had no idea, man. It goes deep. So now you're probably wondering, hey, if there's really structures on the moon, why didn't they kill the guy who leaked them? Oh, my friends, they did. They did. They killed him in a bike accident. Planned bike accident, right? So, and this, I mean, when I say this, friends, we know we laugh about crypto, it's like a video game, but yeah, every day I wake up, I thank God that crypto is just seen as a total internet Ponzi Game Boy joke to the government, to Trump. We really are. Trust me, we are a joke. They're like, we can control you. These can't do shit. I think they have enough confidence they can fully control us. So, Trump does see us, right? We're just a little video game world. And that's why we're allowed to pump. And the biggest whistleblowers of stuff out there, they're dead. A lot of them, they're just straight dead. If they can get you. If you become popular enough, it's hard to wipe you. But yeah, you're probably thinking, what about Epstein? With Epstein, friends, as well. Something we've heard from, that Bustamante, that Fed guy, the fake ex-Coconut Intelligence Agency spy. In one of his interviews, I remember, I'll show you him. This guy, right? Andrew Bustamante. So he's just, you're wondering, like, how does a random ex-Coconut Intelligence Agency spy, how does he just get interviews on the freaking biggest podcast in the world out of nowhere and they just start blasting him? Yeah, that's what the Coconut Intelligence Agency does. So when they want to recruit people, they can't go out and do marketing. They do planted stories out here just to get general interest, just to get some mind share out there, because they probably want to recruit in different places around the world. But yeah, they can't just go out and go look for things out here. But he said actually multiple times, something I remember, he said, so every intelligence agency of each country, they have their own like special talents. Almost like if you play Dota, it's like their ultimate. They got an ultimate special ability, right? Everyone's different. You play like Street Fighter, everyone's got their own different super, right? Like Ryu's got the super fireball, and usually Ken's got the dragon punch, flying kick stuff. You know what I mean? So everyone's got their own special talent. America's one was, I think, the keeping secrets part. I think they're more like America, the Coconut Intelligence Agency. They're very good for leaving themselves to be a myth. So they're very, very good in terms of keeping secrets. Like they're masters of psyops. That's what it is. So even if that's their ability, right? Even if they could easily answer whether something is like true or false, they never do. They never ever do, ever. Probably what makes them great, by the way, because just talking, you're just like it's negative EV to talk. In literally 99.9% of scenarios, it's negative EV. Negative. Okay, you're just giving away information. You get nothing in return. I forgot what he said about the other ones, but so China, everyone in China, he goes, their special ability was anybody who's like remotely Chinese, they just end up defecting and they just report to the US government. There's countries around the world, friends. I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't want to dox anybody or get anyone in trouble, but I know people let's just say they know people within governments. It's countries around the world. You've heard of them. They don't hire anybody above basic rank who's Chinese. You're not allowed to go like level 2 in the government, or let's just say like, special forces or police of sorts. You're not allowed to be Chinese. And they don't tell the media why, but the real answer is, like everyone knows, every single person who's Chinese just rats them out. And they just go report back to China. Even ones that were born in the country. So that literally they said 99% of them. That would just, it doesn't matter where they're born or whatever. If you're Chinese, they end up getting basically, yes, corrupted, honeypot, whatever it is. And they would just end up being Chinese spies every single time. But they're not allowed to report that to the media. I guess because this was during the wokies, the Barack Obamas, the Joe Biden stuff. I guess they would say it's considered to sound, I guess, racist, was absolutely not. This national security, right? But yeah, that was interesting. So China, doesn't matter where you are around the world. If you're Chinese, you're ratting out everyone in there. Yeah, so it's interesting. Now, what he said is Israel, so Mossad, their special ability was extremely violent, human rights crushing crime and violence, murder. That's what he said. He goes, and he says, if there's one juice, doesn't matter. There's 1,500 of someone else, and there's one juice, doesn't matter. They'll stop at nothing to protect it. Nothing. He's also said, so Andrew Bustamante, I remember him saying as well, he's dropped a few hits, is that he goes, some of the things that like Israel's done, they're shocked. They're like, dude, that like they break every human rights violation. They don't care. They listen to no one. They do nothing. So that was very, very interesting. And it reminded me of Jeffrey Epstein. That's why I wanted to show it to you. Jeffrey Epstein, they turn off the cameras, they go out, they knocked him out. And he was famous billionaire, right? He's more famous now. Obviously, about the time, it was like just a random pedophile on an island. So that's something to just think about when they kill you in broad daylight. Obviously, he does have links to Mossad. And there's a deep web and stuff out here. But yeah, man, all these power structures and stuff out here, it makes you think, man. So yeah, Karl Wolfe, yeah, rest in peace, talking about the alien structures on the moon. And yeah, there is an interview, Karl Wolfe, when he actually, I really suggest you look at it. Like that's him in his interview. Okay, it's really, really good. Yeah, but this is OG stuff, witness testimony here. So his name is actually Sergeant Karl Wolfe. There you go.
A terrain map, and you flew a camera over that and did a recording of the terrain, and then they installed that film in a plane, and the plane could then fly in under radar. It was called ATRAN, and no one knew we had that capability at the time as well. So we were installing all of that equipment. At any rate, I was in a color lab one day when my boss, Staff Sergeant Taylor, came over to me and said that they were having a problem with some equipment on the base, and it was the first lunar orbiter program, where they had a mission to pretty much locate the first landing sites for the 1969 lunar mission for the astronauts. So at any rate, he said they were having some problem with equipment over there. It was a similar equipment that we had. It was computerized contact printing equipment. And he wanted to know if I would go over and take a look at it. And he said to me, it's an NSA facility. And at the time, I didn't know what NSA was. I was pretty naive, and I thought he said NASA. So in my mind, for a long time, I thought it was a NASA facility that I'd gone to. But I remembered him saying NSA and converting it in my own mind to NASA.
And then check this part out, friends.
And then they would get a larger image. So this mosaic then would be put in that contact printer, and that was then a print that was issued to whomever, the press, the scientist, whatever, wherever that was intended to go. So he was showing me how all this worked, and we walked over to one side of the lab, and he said, by the way, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And I said, whose? What do you mean, whose? He said, yes, we've discovered a base on the backside of the moon. And at that point, I became frightened, and I was a little terrified, thinking to myself that if anybody walks in the room now, I know we're in jeopardy, we're in trouble, because he shouldn't be giving me this information. I was fascinated by it, but I also knew that he was overstepping a boundary that he shouldn't be stepping over. And then he pulled out one of these mosaics and showed this base, which had geometric shapes. There were towers, there were spherical buildings, there were very tall towers, and things that looked somewhat like radar dishes, but they were large structures. So I didn't say any more to him, because I was concerned again that somebody was going to come in at any moment, would catch us having this conversation, and we would be in real trouble. I realized that he was telling me this information because he didn't have anybody else to talk to. Now, probably in that laboratory, he was probably one of the few enlisted people, and he was a worker bee.
Interesting, right? A lot of the leaks, they're from decades ago, because they had very, very high success rates, but not impossibly high success rates in terms of keeping the secrets. Now, they've got like different patterns about how they do it. They're like, okay, you sign up here. I've got a gun here with a bullet. If we hear of any whisper, 3 of your children are dead. You know what I mean? Like they know exactly the protocol to do. Back then, they had these aggressive protocols. I mean, that's why the guy passed away. Okay, so yeah, I found that very interesting, and just I think it's a reminder that crypto's going to pump. We are going to pump, because if we were a real threat, they would not be doing this, my friends. They would not be letting us. So we're not a real threat. They got the bunny printer. They got the weapons. You and I, just little Pikachus on a little surfboard, surfing along. Like, subscribe, press the belly button, and all. Catch you in the next one.